What is going on, everybody? Repel here, and I have battle number 3 in our Pokemon Sword and Shield Wi-Fi series. So, like the first battle, I am gonna try out multi-battle once again, because honestly, multi-battle is so addicting. And with like the online features and everything, to be honest, it's so easy to just team up with a pal or even just some strangers and just check out multi-battle. This was a lot of fun. I'm up against 2 opponents with my fellow partner in crime, Derpkey. And today, I'm actually gonna lead off with the Obstagoon. So one good look at our opponent's team. The opponents to our to our right, the red corner side, we do notice they have quite a bit of Ghost and Fire, right? Especially the Chinese opponent to the right, he has the Mimikyu, Dragapult, and Sinistee, so 3 Ghost types. After seeing 3 Ghost types, I'm so hyped to bring my Obstagoon, just because Obstagoon is dark and normal. So, you know, dark being dark is super effective, it hits Ghost types really hard, but also because it's normal, it'll actually be immune to a lot of Ghost types. So that's what I thought, you know, I was gonna bring. And yeah, I'm still bringing the same team that honestly that I used to fight and defeat my playthrough, because I haven't had the time to really train up. However, these Pokemon do have okay IVs, and they actually fully for the most part, they all have pretty desirable natures. So they're like borderline competitive, I would say. They're not terrible at all. They're actually quite good. And yeah, so we got Obstagoon, Gyarados, and Toxtricity. And then you'll see what my partner will bring. My partner actually brought in some really awesome Pokemon in this battle too. So, okay. Let's get started. And I do have a comment question of the day. My comment question of the day is, did you pick Pokemon Sword or did you pick Pokemon Shield? I actually really want to see how many people actually picked, you know, Sword or Shield. So, our side has the Barraskewda and the Obstagoon. And opponent has the Gigantamax, Charizard, and I forgot that thing, but it's a bug and Psychic, basically. So I am actually weak to Bug, however that Bug is also Psychic, so I could actually just go for an attack, and the Barraskewda actually hits the Charizard very hard. Now if I were the owner of that Charizard, I would immediately switch out. But no, I told my partner, I was like, hey, you know what, there's a very good chance that the Charizard actually might not switch out, right? If you're gonna bring a Gigantamax Charizard, you actually might boldly stay in and use it. So I'm gonna go for the Night Slash on the Bug, and I told my partner, hey, why don't you just go for an attack, go for the Gigantamax, and just see. As it turns out, the Charizard actually stays in, which is huge, honestly. So we do see the Dynamax Barraskewda, which is absolutely insane. Barraskewda is one of the hardest hitters. It's also really fast in this generation. Oddly, the Charizard does not Gigantamax, and because it doesn't Gigantamax, that will just get completely wiped out by the Max Geyser. So there you go, and thanks to the Max Geyser, it does set up a lovely rain. That's really fantastic. And here I just went for a Night Slash. I know I won't kill, because these things are super defensive. Unless I got a crit, but you know, I didn't get a crit. And turns out he is going to go for Reflect, which is honestly probably one of the best moves in doubles or VGC, because it doesn't just protect you, but it also protects your allies for 5 whole turns. So crazy. And we will wait for opponent's next Pokemon. So we are definitely in the lead. We have 6 Pokemon while they have 5 Pokemon. Now he does bring out the Mimikyu, and when I see Mimikyu, I can think of, well, it's Ghost type, but it is also Fairy type, which I am so weak to. I figured, you know what? I did go for an attack move, so maybe I'll try to go for an Obstruct here. There's a very good chance that both of my opponents will go for an attack, right? The Mimikyu will go for a Play Rough, and then the Bug Pokemon will probably go for like a Bug Buzz or something. So if I do go for an Obstruct, which is basically like a Protect, it kind of, you know, wastes their turn. And also, to be honest, the biggest threat in the opponent's side is probably Mimikyu, and because it does sit behind a Disguise, I do want to just break the Disguise. So Barraskewda is going to go for an attack to break the Disguise on Mimikyu, while I just went for a head and go for the Obstruct. However, yes, this is it. This is what I dreaded the most. My opponent will Dynamax his Mimikyu. And when you Dynamax a Pokemon, the Dynamax Pokemon can actually hit through your Protect, your King Shield, your Baneful Bunker, and your Obstruct, right? It can actually hit through moves like Protect. But it'll only do half. I went for the Obstruct because, you know, I really feared that they both would probably hit me in this turn. However, I'm not sure if that's really wise because this Barraskewda is doing so much work. And it is raining, so this Barraskewda's attacks are actually amplified. Does break the Disguise, so yeah, Mimikyu is probably a great... It's not probably, it is indefinitely an awesome Pokemon in the current meta right now. So thankfully I did go for the Obstruct, so I only take half damage. Had I not went for the Obstruct, that Max Starfall would definitely destroy me. And turns out this Mimikyu does have Life Orb. And of course, the other opponent also goes for a Bug Buzz. So they did both go for an attack. So that was a really wise decision for me to go for the Protect, or, you know, the Obstruct. Mimikyu's Disguise is broken. However, we still want to steer our direction on and our attention to Mimikyu. I thought I could switch out to Gyarados. Gyarados does have the Intimidate, so if I were to take a Max Starfall, it wouldn't hurt as much. But to be honest, it would still hurt so much because, number one, Mimikyu is a fucking monster. It hits like a fucking truck, okay? And it's currently in its Dynamax form using Max Starfall, so I don't think the Intimidate would actually suffice. So I just stayed in. I figured at least maybe I can just finish off the bug. And, you know, but turns out Mimikyu does outspeed me. That's what I actually thought would happen, but I think it's fine. I think Obstagoon actually played a pretty important role here already. So, does go for the Bug Buzz on the Barraskewda. I mean, it could have been me, but I fainted, so it automatically goes to Barraskewda. Does a good amount of damage. Barraskewda doesn't have the best bulk. So I figured the rain is up. It's going to dissolve real soon, so I figured this is probably the best opportunity to send out my water type, which is actually my Gyarados. And who knows, maybe I can even set up you know, a few Dragon Dances or something. So yeah, that's exactly what I do, and I do carry the Lumberry, so it's just really sweet. So if, let's say, any of my opponent wants to paralyze me or something, that's totally fine, because I do have a Lumberry. Do grab that Intimidate. It doesn't really matter too much because the only physical attacker is the Mimikyu, and Mimikyu is sitting at a very dangerous amount of HP and might just die here. Unless my opponent switches out. Alright. Keep in mind the Reflect is still up. Right? The Reflect is actually boosting my opponent's side defenses. But despite all that, my teammate's Barraskewda still hits amazing, so I was really pleased with how well just the Barraskewda was hitting. Yeah, speaking of how well it hits, it completely finishes the Dynamax. And he does go for the Psychic on the Barraskewda, and it nearly takes him out. And I just went for the Waterfall, and that is unfortunately not enough to take it out because the Reflect is still up. Had the Reflect expired, I would definitely have finished off this Ladybug thing. Now, they send out the Milotic, which, again, you cannot blame them because the rain is up. So, basically, right now we have 3 water types. Honestly, us two, the Barraskewda and the Gyarados, cannot really do too much, right, to this Milotic. And this Milotic can't really do too much to either of us. However, the Barraskewda is probably going to die next turn. So I figured I'll just go for a Dragon Dance while my teammate just goes for an attack to finish off the Ladybug. So she does. She uses her last and final move, and I say it's her final move because, yeah, this Milotic is gonna just finish her off with a Dragon Pulse. But when there is an ending, there's a new beginning, and when I say there's a new beginning, that is literally because my teammate is gonna bring out probably the MVP of this match, right? The MVP of this match was not Barraskewda. It was definitely not my Gyarados. It was definitely not my Obstagoon. It was, however, the and you'll see, it's gonna be something that will completely counter this Milotic. So yeah, guys, remember to answer the comment question a day. Did you purchase and play Pokemon Sword or Shield? I really want to see which one is the most popular one. So yeah, let's bring back to reality. My teammate brings out the Boltund, and this is not just your average Boltund, okay? This is the most bulkiest Boltund ever. It's a careful nature Boltund with an assault vest. All right, if you guys don't know or not forgot what assault vest is, it's essentially an item that boosts your special defense, so long as you only use attacking moves. Boltund pretty much uses all attacking moves. So we want to focus our attention on the Vikavolt, because Vikavolt is basically electric type, and I am terrified of electric type, so I want to get rid of that. And Waterfall was not enough, but thankfully the Boltund was just enough to finish it. Now here comes the Scald, okay? Excuse me, the Dragon Pulse. And look at that. That does absolutely nothing to Boltund. Like, nothing. Jesus Christ, I think it did like, what, like 7%? Opponent will send out his last Pokemon, so they're both at their last Pokemon, while we are comfortably still, clinging on to 2 Pokemon. 4 versus 2. Because Inteleon is probably the least bulky, right? It's more like a glass cannon, so we figured let's just pour our attention to it. I will just go for my Waterfall. It actually does a decent amount since I did go for Dragon Dance, and Boltund will basically just clean house with another sweet Strong Jaw Thunderfang. My opponent shifts her attention and goes for a Scald, which actually will do more because of stab, but let's just be honest. That's just how amazing Assault Vest is on a Boltund. So, yeah, you never thought Boltund could actually rock an Assault Vest, have you? But, here you are, sitting here, watching RepelGames, watching this channel, and honestly, that's just really amazing. Yeah. And Boltund still hits so hard because of the Strong Jaw ability. So not only does it hit hard, not only is it quite fast, it actually takes special attacks pretty well with an Assault Vest. So I highly encourage all of you guys to try it out if you guys are interested in a Boltund. Anyway, the battle has concluded. It was just the Milotic left after all. But thank you so much, viewers. If you guys did stick around and watch till the very end, thank you so much. And have a wonderful day. But make sure to answer the comment question today. Are you team Shield or Sword?